What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about an overhead tricep extension with resistance bands. I'll show you a few different variations with and without anchors so that you can throw this in your workout and get some tricep gains. All right, first variation, we're going to be doing a standing overhead extension. You're going to need a single 41-inch band, and then we're going to hook it around our heel. So this you can do no matter where you are, because all you need is yourself and a band. I like to hook it kind of around my heel of the opposite leg of the working arm. And then I put it back, I get into like this staggered stance, and then opposite arm, grab a hold of that band, get it up overhead, and then we're gonna be extending it. And the key here is to try to keep that humerus vertical and stationary. We don't want it moving around as we're doing this rep. All we're gonna be doing is bending at the elbow. So we want this thing vertical, trying to bring that elbow as tight to our head as possible. And then we're gonna be pushing, extending, exhaling, squeeze, and then let it down as far as you can go for maximum range of motion here. We really wanna stretch that tricep out and then power back up. Big squeeze at the top and control the negative. Don't let the band just slingshot you back down. You wanna exhale, big squeeze, and then a couple seconds on the negative to really control it, and then crank through the reps. And now if it starts rubbing on your shirt and stuff, just get a little bit of a wider stance to keep that band off of your back so that you can get through that range of motion without any interference. Another way that's more comfortable to set this exercise up is using the Clench Fitness foot plate. I like to grab my band, wrap it through one of the handles on the plate, and now I have a nice anchor point on the floor so that I just jump right into this thing. Don't have to stagger my stance as bad because I can just walk over to the end of the plate and do this exercise. Same form as before, keeping that elbow tight to our head. And then switching arms is also super easy. Switch over to the other side, bang out a bunch of reps. And that's how you do the overhead tricep extension with the foot plate. All right, last variation, we're gonna be using a wall anchor. This one's right about chest height for me, and this makes it super comfortable, and it gets you a really good line of force. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're gonna loop our 41-inch band right around that anchor point, grab it the same way as before, kind of grab a handful of band, leave a little of the tail sticking out, and then I get in kind of a split staggered stance here, and I bring that elbow up over my head, and I try to keep this elbow up nice and high and tight, and then we're just basically gonna be extending straight out in a line, and you're trying to keep this elbow in a fixed position. You're naturally gonna wanna like pull it down so that you can use your lat to kind of get you through some of this exercise, but you wanna keep that elbow up nice and high, and kind of when you're extending, kind of go up at an angle towards the ceiling so that that line of force is all directed into the tricep muscle. And if you can't keep that elbow in a stationary position, that means you're using too much resistance. So either take a step closer to the anchor point so that you have less resistance, or drop the band down to a lower resistance. All right, so there are a few variations of an overhead tricep extension. I like to throw these into my workouts kind of towards the end of my push days. I'll do 3 to 4 sets of that like 10 to 15 rep range. And I love using the volume maximizing techniques like rest pause sets or drop sets to really just crank through the reps and pump those triceps up to get maximum hypertrophy. Furthermore, on that last one, I really love doing a bilateral version of the exercise as well. So I encourage you to give that one a try. Also, if you liked what you saw today, be sure to smash that like button. If you want to see more content like this, check out the on-screen video links. And if you need any of the bands or accessories shown today, head over to clenchfitness.com. We will hook you up, and thank you for watching.